Sonic X Shadow Generations merges the best of Sonic Generations with new levels designed for Shadow, utilizing his unique abilities, and has established itself as one of the standout titles in the series. Sega has learned from its recent releases, effectively incorporating the most successful elements of games like Frontiers and Superstars into this revamped version. Half of Sonic X Shadow Generations consists of remastered Sonic content, including charming details like Hidden Chow, which add a nostalgic touch. However, the main level designs remain virtually unchanged, which is understandable given that these levels still hold up well. The inclusion of the Chow might hint at a possible return of the Chow Garden in future titles, but for now, they serve as a fun homage. For those who haven't played the original, this is a great opportunity to experience it for the first time. Sonic Generations was a brilliant tribute to 20 years of Sonic history, combining 2D and 3D gameplay while recreating some of the series' most iconic levels. In this new release, creativity shines from the very first level, where the environments morph into fractals, evoking alternate dimensions seen in movies like Doctor Strange or Spider-Man: No Way Home. Graphically, the remaster of Sonic Generations presents a slight but noticeable improvement, as the environments are more polished and the colors pop, making it easier to spot enemies, traps, and springs at high speed. The real reason to play Sonic X Shadow Generations lies in the new Shadow campaign, which is packed with creative reimaginings of his levels from previous games. Running at about 5 hours, the campaign unfolds similarly to the main story, offering both 2D and 3D segments. Shadow's levels maintain the fast-paced excitement expected of a Sonic game, but incorporate unique abilities like the Chaos Dash, which is analogous to Sonic's Light Dash. As you progress, new paths are unlocked through replayability, using abilities like the Doom Wings, which allows Shadow to fly short distances and skip entire sections of levels, offering a fresh way to explore them. Shadow's Chaos Control ability adds spectacular moments, like freezing time to destroy missiles in many impressive scenes. Unlike Sonic's 2D sections, which play like classic titles without the homing attack or boost gauge, Shadow retains all his abilities, making his 2D levels as dynamic as the 3D ones. In addition to the main levels, there are additional challenges that require completing specific objectives, such as destroying a set number of targets or completing a level with only one ring, to unlock bosses and new levels. While the system is similar to that of Sonic Generations, here it is necessary to complete all the challenges to obtain the required keys, adding an element of difficulty. I missed the Chaos Emerald collection from Sonic Generations, which led to thrilling battles against rivals like Metal Sonic and Silver, but it makes sense that Shadow isn't collecting emeralds simultaneously while Sonic is doing so in his story. Combining both campaigns, the game offers over 150 levels in total, including challenges and boss fights. Even a die-hard Sonic fan will need between 15 and 20 hours to complete all the levels and challenges. For those seeking a greater challenge, finishing the Shadow campaign unlocks a mode that increases the difficulty of bosses and levels upon replay. The game also introduces some new storylines that intertwine with Shadow's appearances in different titles, including key moments like the Sonic vs. Shadow duel in Sonic Adventure 2. Additionally, new scenes explore Shadow's past, reuniting him with familiar characters and deepening his backstory in games like Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic Adventure 2. These scenes range from fascinating to epic, leaving the player wanting more. Sonic X Shadow is filled with fun reimaginings of some of the best levels from previous Sonic games. New scenarios like Radical Highway, Rail Canyon, and Space Colony Arc are packed with creative routes that make the most of both Shadow's classic and new abilities. Shadow begins with his iconic Chaos Control ability, which stops time, including the level's timer. This allows him to avoid hazards like a runaway train, stop groups of enemies, and eliminate them easily, or use the new Chaos Dash to access strategically placed shortcuts. From that point, abilities like Doom unlock, offering new movement and combat options. Without revealing too much, one of my favorite powers is Doom Surf, acquired halfway through the story. This ability makes water levels much more enjoyable, allowing control of a dark mana ray that can spin and attack enemies and objects. The abilities are awarded after completing groups of levels or defeating area bosses, delivered at a pace that keeps the game interesting and varied. Additionally, there are new and creative boss fights, such as a metallic dragon that must be chased over water, throwing debris at it, and charging chaos control to land homing attack hits. I wish there were more of these fights, but the ones present are excellent additions to the catalog of Eggman's robots and other Sonic story bosses. The only level that broke my momentum and reminded me of modern Sonic games' mistakes was the 3D level from Sonic Frontier, which feels empty compared to the rest of Sonic X Shadow Generations, relying too heavily on a new sludge upgrade for Shadow that reminded me of one of my least favorite powers from Sonic Colors. Other than that, I enjoyed the experience of replaying each level to find optimal routes, collecting key collectibles that unlock secrets in the hub world, and improving my times to achieve those coveted S rankings. Sonic X Shadow Generations also improves the completely white hub world from Sonic Generations, turning it from a 2D plane to a 3D one that expands as levels are completed and bosses are defeated. Between levels, I entertained myself by exploring the hub to see which chests I could unlock with the collected keys, as well as completing optional activities like collecting 100 rings in a short time to unlock rewards like artwork, music, or diary entries about the characters and events of Shadow's life. In summary, Sonic X Shadow Generations turns an already excellent game into an even more complete experience. With new mechanics, creative level design, spectacular bosses, and notable graphical improvements, it stands as the best version of this title to date. That's all for today. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time to do so. We upload new videos daily, and the best way not to miss any is by subscribing and activating notifications. Thanks for watching.